everyone. Welcome to Lucky Day 13 of the Aldi Advent Beer Calendar. I got my Stone Brewery shirt on. I've got literally every background noise I can think of going. Got the dishwasher, got the dryer, the dogs are clomping around, so this should be a lucky episode. Yesterday I forgot at least two things. I didn't do an intro for today. Today is going to be another O'Shea's, our good friends from County Carlow down in the south of the Republic of Ireland. It's a hoppy lager, which is honestly not very exciting to me. A big concept in beer, as a general rule, is that you're looking for balance between the sweetness of the malt, which is the grain, whether that's barley usually or wheat or whatever, and then the bitterness of the hops, which is a flour that contains an acid in it that is bitter but has vitamin C and acts as a natural preservative and is they're basically two of the basic ingredients of beer. And the thing with the lagers is lagers are meant to be kind of balanced towards that sweeter side. They're meant to be crisp. They're meant to be refreshing. And so if you're going to add a lot of hops, you generally have to add a lot of malt too, and a lot of body, and sometimes a lot of alcohol to balance that out. And so hoppy lagers often end up like horribly imbalanced and just end up tasting like bitter hop water, which is not sorry, I get a text which is moving this, which is not really a great lager, TBH, right? So when someone's like hoppy lager, I'm always like, oh, and who knows, like maybe they'll nail it, but it's just not a promising start. So we'll see. I've been liking what O'Shea's been dealing out pretty so far. Definitely some, especially consistency is so tough in beer making. When I used to homebrew, it's like the same recipe would never taste the same twice. You know what I mean? Because there's just so many little things that could go on, especially a lot of it has to do with the yeast and the fermentation process, which you're like at a whole remove from. You're basically building a home for the yeast and like hoping to do their thing. Oh, before I taste it, another thing I forgot yesterday, somebody I know sent me a gift. And I have no idea who it's from, and I want to thank them. It's a newly translated edition of Beowulf, which is always a classic. It was bought from a little independent black-owned bookstore in Leimert Park up in LA, and they mailed it to me. So for whoever did that, thank you. I'm really excited to reread Beowulf with a new translation. I think that's, the Tolkien translation has held up pretty well, but I'm sure there's a lot of new and interesting things going on in that sort of translation today. And of course, buying it from a local bookstore, a black-owned bookstore, also very, very cool. So thank you to whoever's my cool woke literary friend. So anyway, let's get this hoppy lager. Nice color, a little darker than some of those Eastern European lagers. Nice smell. I can smell some grain. I can smell some hops. Nice balance to the aroma. Head's a little. Okay, sorry, I got cut off there. I ran out of memory on my phone. Too many of these darn videos piling up. So as I was saying, nice color, good smell, not much of a head. That seems to be consistent. Maybe my glassware isn't as clean as it could be. That often discourages a nice head. Maybe it's just got something to do with the breweries. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. It's nice. Good balance. Actually, I wouldn't say it's all that hoppy. But then again, I live on the west coast of the USA and I'm wearing a Stone sweater. So my idea of hoppiness is like probably a little outrageous. Yeah, nice. Good. There's enough malt to balance out the hops. Still pretty crisp. Doesn't linger on the tongue too much. Little undercarbonated, I would say, for a lager. I probably put this into that same 6.5 range I've been putting a lot of these into, where it's a perfectly acceptable beer. Probably wouldn't go out and buy it, or be out there like pushing it on my friends or anything like that. Especially once again, considering my expectations were very low and I was expecting this just to be horrible, bitter hop water. This definitely exceeds that bar. So have a happy 13th day of Advent, of Christmas, and just stay safe, folks, and try not to get into big gatherings with people. We're starting to see the spike from Thanksgiving hitting full force, and just, let's try not to have a big Christmas one. Wear your masks in public. I'm just worried about all you guys out there. So be safe.